Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm not sane. Well, in this day and age, when everybody's running off the fucking cliff as fast as they can, the guy that's running against it, he's considered insane in this day and age. But that's me, Big Daddy, the man, the myth, the motherfucking legend, the triggerer of cucks, the breaker of cults, the ender of bloodlines. Welcome to the motherfucking show. Sunday night live stream. All right. Where we gonna take this bitch tonight? Where we gonna take it? Yeah, those unfamiliar with the show, what we do is it's kind of like Weekend Update with Norm Macdonald, crossed with like an HBO comedy special, crossed with like a good episode of Art Bell, crossed with like a Frank Sinatra Vegas style lounge act. I kind of try to take the distilled essence of all the greatness of late night from the 90s, kind of condense it into one package and in the form of one man ripping the mic, Big Daddy. That's what this show's about. Yeah, usually we start off a little news, what's been going on. Yeah, I missed last week's show. Got a little catching up to do. Maybe we'll end up doing a fucking 7-hour barn burner. Who knows? Every so often we do a fucking 5 or 6 hour stream. It's rare, but usually when it happens, it's a fucking banger. Hopefully I'm coming in. If I have any audio issues, let me know, guys, and I'll try to refresh the page and see if it'll start working again. Hopefully we're coming in. Hopefully. Yep. Just drinking a little tea, sipping a little moonshine, smoking a little something. Just chilling. Yeah. Gotta get that shit relit. Yep. Get it relit. Light it up. If you got them, light them. Got them drinks, pour them. Big Daddy's on. All right. Yeah, we may be coming towards the end. Thermonuclear war and shit like that. Not going to hear about it much in the media. Yeah, a lot of people are out there, they're consigned to nuclear war. They're fucking talking about it, thinking it's going to happen. Like, yeah. They're just fucking, you know, the U.S. government recently bought fucking, it was millions of fucking doses for a certain something that helps with radiation sickness, like for nuclear fallout. And you got all these people, these rich motherfuckers, buying these really expensive fallout shelters and shit. It's like, rather than just tell their politicians, hey, don't go to war, you know, fucking nuclear war is going to kill a shitload of us, fucking cut this shit out. Rather than do that, they're like, yeah, we're just going to resign ourselves to it and just prepare for it. Like, god damn, you fucking assholes. Shit. I mean, I can't fucking stand these people. But then again, men like me survive come the end of the days. I keep them blunts on tap. Oh, yeah. I keep them shits up blazed. You know I'm staying high now till the end of days. Yep. No, but seriously though, they're talking about having NATO or Ukraine join NATO. The moment that happens, it's on. Russia's gonna fucking start nuking people. Well, that's what they say, at least. Vladimir Putin's rattling the saber. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I've talked about this before. The orb technology that certain beings have that are capable of disabling nuclear weapons and shit like that. There's documented cases of these things doing that. I don't think they're going to let us go full on nuclear war. You know, they may allow a limited nuclear exchange, but they're not going to allow like most of the Earth's population to be killed off. They will not allow it. They will stop us before it happens. Or they may just let us fucking kill ourselves. Who knows? I got one person in the house. Welcome. Yeah, but twice every 10 years, China, they all come together and they have some sort of grand meeting, kind of like like a Ku Klux Klan meeting type thing. Only it's a bunch of fucking communist Chinese people. And Xi Jinping came up and he gave the speech or whatever. Well, I guess the rumors about him being under house arrest were greatly exaggerated. Yeah, I had a feeling that was bullshit. But yeah, China, they're fucking. They plan to take over the fucking earth. I mean, they basically laid out the blueprint. But America is going to allow it to happen too, because our fucking politicians have been bought and paid for by them, obviously. This is the inherent weakness of a democracy. It will always be corrupted by by outside forces, and it will ultimately be taken over. That's what happened. America is nothing more than a vassal fucking country now, basically. Shadow boxing with the Chinese. I guess Joe Biden recently did something to where he told all of the Americans that are working over there in China right now, that are in the semiconductor business, that are, you know, the engineers and the heads of these companies. He said that if you don't quit your jobs, you're going to lose your American citizenship. So like that, fucking, it was a mass exodus of all of the Americans that were working over there in China in the semiconductor business. And they think that they've gone full Armageddon on the Chinese. Like, oh yeah, we fucked them over so bad. Yeah, they're never going to recover from this. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is just a hiccup for them. Like, anybody who's worked at a company knows that if something happens and management gets replaced or management leaves or whatever, and like they just hire somebody from within the company and they fucking promote them. Like, this is gonna mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. And I bet a lot of these Americans that quote unquote quit their jobs and you know, so that they wouldn't lose their American citizenship. I'm sure there was some sort of backroom deal cut with the Chinese to still get some, you know, have pay them consultant fees or whatever, you know. Yeah, these stupid motherfuckers. This is what happens when you have a bunch of fucking brain dead old boomers fucking running the show. But it's not like Joe Biden actually did that anyway. Anybody knows the guy's just a fucking brain dead muppet. Does whatever the fuck his handlers tell him to do. Reads whatever's on the fucking teleprompter. Just like Barack, basically, and every other fucking president before them. Boy, what you gonna do? Yeah. But I guess I heard that some sort of Nazi got elected over in Italy. Yeah, that's what I heard. But then again, in this day and age, just to have traditional values makes you a Nazi in the eyes of the left. Yeah, Georgia Maloney, I think her name is. They don't like her over there, which means she's probably one of the good guys. Anytime all of big tech and all of like the media establishment like allies themselves against you, you can pretty much rest assured that that person is one of the good guys. Yeah, speaking of which, I hear Alex Jones got fined almost $1 billion. $100 billion. No, like almost a billion. I'm serious. For exercising his free speech. Boy, I guess we've learned one lesson here. If the government ever pretends like they killed a whole shitload of kids, the last thing you want to do is call them out on it. Oh, fuck no. Unless you want to pay $1 billion. Fuck. Yeah, but I guess Elon Musk has stepped forward and said he's gonna pay Alex Jones's bill for him. Yeah, that'd be funny. As if they didn't hate Elon enough as is. I mean, I hear he's already on like some sort of like a kill list for fucking his statements about the Ukraine or whatever. Yeah, like I said, if you just display any sort of traditional values, you're considered a fucking alt-right, Nazi, white supremacist, racist, blah, blah, blah. Just whatever ist you can think of, they'll throw it on the end of you. It's ist, ist, ist. It's one of the ists. Kill them all. Yeah, I'm ready for the fucking nuclear weapons. Bring it on, Russia. Come on. Yes. Because what's going to happen is it's going to blow up all the fucking cities. That's where all the fucking leftists live anyway. They'll blow up all the military targets, get rid of the woke military. And if they come here on American soil and try to evade, then all the gun-owning rednecks will just kill them all. That's what will happen. Bring it on. Oh, yeah. I'm ready for the end of days. Let's do it. They want to make the book of Revelation happen. Bring it on. I'm ready. Let's just fucking get it over with already. How much longer shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some might say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. They're trying to fulfill the book of Revelation. Yep. Just look at that fucking shit. Bill Gates putting that fucking, like, getting it patented with 666 on it. Come on, guys, come on. Yeah, these motherfuckers. Bring it on. That's what I say. They want to fucking try to end the world. Do it. See what happens. It's like playing chicken. Like fucking let's see it. Are you gonna turn to the last second, or are you gonna fucking do it? Let's see it. These people are fucking stupid. Like I've said this before. I've gone on the record as saying this. This earth will never know peace. Never ever. Until the last boomer is dead. Until the last boomer dies, then the earth will sigh and perhaps finally know peace when the last boomer dies. The most evil, wicked, godless generation of humans the earth has ever produced. Boomers. They're going to be the most reviled, despised generation this earth will ever know. You watch. They're going to be the most hated generation of humans. I'm calling it right now. Sold out their children and their children's children to government and banks and inanimate rectangular paper. That's their god. That's the god of a boomer. Government, banks, inanimate rectangular paper, corporations. That's the god of a boomer. The most evil, wicked, godless fucking people that this earth has ever spawned. They're gonna go down hated. I'm telling you right now. Mr. Dong's in the chat. There you go. Gen Xers aren't much better either, though. Each generation actually gets worse. Who the fuck am I kidding? Someday people are going to be talking about the Zoomers. Those fucking Zoomers! The damn Zoomers! Half of them are gay, trans, or fucking something. Furries. Yeah. Every year it gets a little bit more gay, a little more fruity. By the year 2050, everybody's going to be sucking dick. This is the way it's going. This is the way the fucking trends are going. What can you do? Yeah, I hear there's some shit popping off over in Iran. The government killed some woman for not wearing her headscarf properly. Boy, talk about some draconian laws. But then again, I've said it before, Islam is right about women. So maybe they know something that we don't. No. But there's taking things a little too far sometimes, you know. I'm all for you know, being a misogynist and all, but then there's, you know, killing a woman for not wearing her face cover properly, and like it's a little over the line, even for her Big Daddy, the most misogynistic motherfucker walking God's green earth. But yeah, I hear there's lots of protests going on in Iran over that. You don't hear much leftists talking about it though. So much for women's rights. So much for the Me Too movement. Yeah. I hear the Saudis have decided to cut oil production. You may be looking at $12 a gallon barrel, or $12 a gallon gas at some point, maybe. Yeah. What can you do? Well, you could open up America for its own drilling and all that shit, like Trump did, and we could become the number one, you know, oil producing, gas producing nation in the world. But we ain't gonna do that, no, because then that would make America strong. Our politicians are all about making us weak. Yes. Make America weak again. That should be the Democrat slogan. Make America weak again. That's basically what they did. These cocksucking pieces of trash have had the House, the Senate, and the White House the past couple years, and they've done nothing except make the country shittier and the world more dangerous. Remember when Orange Cheeto Man was gonna start World War III? And now we've got these fuckers basically buying a bunch of radiation medicine and buying fallout shelters, just automatically resigned to the fact that it's going to happen. Yeah, well, it's going to happen. What can you do? Well, you can hold your leaders accountable. That's what you can do. Tell them to cut that shit out. No, it ain't going to happen, though. Yeah, China. We don't fucking step up and do something. They're going to win the game. They're going to win the game without firing a single shot. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, I guess they gave Elon Musk a warning. They told him he's going to be taught a lesson. This was after Elon had bought Twitter. In case you didn't know, I guess the sale for Twitter went through. Elon finally bought it, I guess. What did he fucking do? Free speech is saved! Elon bought Twitter! Yeah. I bet there's a lot of people who think that too. A lot of people spend too much fucking time on Twitter. I'm telling you, it was one of the greatest things that ever happened, me getting suspended off of Twitter. Like, it's almost as if it gave me a little bit more, like, a sense of peace of mind, almost. And I'm not wasting here as much time either. I'm getting a lot more fucking work done. I think that's one of the reasons why Cyberfrog is several years late. Von Scroats is fucking around on Twitter too much. Fucking around on Twitter too much when you should be drawing your fucking book, boy. What can you do? Yeah, Elon bought Twitter. I wonder if Trump's going to come back. Who gives a shit? Well, I really hope they don't run that stupid motherfucker again. They probably will try. He probably won't win the primary, though. They'll figure out a way to keep him out. Give it to Jeb Bush. No, Mitt Romney. I bet that's who the dude will be. They'll give it to Mitt Romney or some fucking rhino. We're fucked. We are fucked. Our only hope is some sort of Doctor Strangelove type scenario where we have some general that just goes completely rogue, takes like fucking half or most of the military with him, just completely rebels against the U.S. government, and fucking just goes and arrests all these fuckers. Just thermonuclear fucking blast right at CIA headquarters, Langley. Just fucking turn it into a smoking crater. And arrest every fucking member of Congress, every fucking senator, arrest them all. Arrest the fucking Supreme Court justices, and hold a fucking inquisition. Like a big old military tribunal. And then fucking have a public execution where you shoot them all. That will never happen, though. We need our Sterling Hayden to step forward. We need our rogue general. Where the fuck is he when we need him? Where is our rogue general in our hour of need? Fuck. That's some good coffee. Yes. Where is our rogue general in our hour of need? No, what we need is strong leadership. That's what we need. Yeah, that president over there in China, Xi Jinping, I guess he's going to get a third term. Yeah, if America had a strong leader like a Putin or a Xi, well, some people would say, what about Trump? Trump was shit. Trump was fucking shit. God, he was so stupid. Like I said, boomers. What can you do? When the last boomer dies, perhaps the earth will sigh and finally know peace when the last boomer dies. Maybe that damn coof jab will kill them all. Yeah, caused a lot of miscarriages too. Yeah, I just wonder how many babies were killed in the womb because of that fucking coof jab. Moloch is pleased, I'm sure. Moloch is pleased indeed. Yep. Yeah, I heard old Sleepy Joe pardoned a bunch of pot offenders, trying to throw his base a bone, I guess, for the midterms. Hey, look at me, I'm pardoning people. It's like I wonder how many of those people he pardoned were put in jail because of his crime bills that he passed back in the 90s. I wonder. Hmm. Yeah, the funny part about Joe is his son was caught on tape doing shit that would get him thrown in jail for years under the same laws that his father had passed. But that he's never gonna face anything for that, though, obviously. Yeah, I remember one hearing something about Hunter Biden, like he had a gun that he needed to hide, like he was trying to hide a gun or something like that. Like, why are you trying to hide that gun? Did you murder somebody with that gun? Like, nobody asked that question though. Like, Hunter, did you use that gun to commit a murder? Is that why you're trying to hide it? No, they never asked the right questions. The fucking media never asked Joe, like, hey, like, your son Hunter was getting kickbacks from the Ukrainians. Like, did you get any of that money? Like, why are we really like protecting the Ukraine? Like, are we trying to protect your business interests? Is this what's going on? Nobody's gonna ask that fucking question. Yeah, I hope the Russians go to war with those fucking Ukrainians from now to the end of time and bankrupt every one of those godforsaken Western nations. Nothing would tickle me more. All it's going to do is make China more powerful, too. Yeah, I guess Russia was pissed. Here recently, Putin, he formally annexed that fucking area that had voted to join with him, that he kind of held off on having it be formal. I guess he signed over 400 pages of documents, like completely formalizing it. And now that part of the Ukraine is now part of Russia. Like, boy, I wish they would have sued for peace back in early in the war when they just wanted to give those areas their autonomy. Like now they let the war go on for several months, and now those areas are part of Russia. This is what happens when you have a weak man as the leader of the Ukraine who just does whatever the fuck the West tells him to do. And the West are just a bunch of fucking brain dead warmongering boomers. Yeah. Until that little pissant puke Zelensky is killed, like they're gonna keep up with that fucking war. I'm telling you, the Russians need to send special forces and find that fucking piece of shit and kill him. Because as long as that piece of shit is alive, the West is going to keep using him as a puppet, and they're going to keep that war going. Gas prices are going to be high as fuck, and shit's going to be, well, like I said, they're going to ultimately turn the Ukraine into our new Vietnam, where it ends up bleeding us dry and shit like that. Not just us, a lot of these fucking all the NATO nations, basically. And the whole time that war goes on, China just gets stronger. That's all that happens. Yeah. Yeah, Putin, he's fucking 70 years old too. He's getting up there in age. He's got to make moves to solidify Russia's Russia's fucking power power in that area, because if he slacks off, I'm telling you, they'll bring Ukraine into the fold and they'll put nuclear weapons there in the Ukraine. I mean, they've already got nuclear weapons that can strike Russian soil in those NATO nations and shit. But like I said, all it takes is just one of those Russian submarines, one of their new super class submarines. Just one of them can destroy the entire eastern seaboard. It's got 160 nuclear fucking missiles on it, and just one submarine. Have one surface off the west coast, one surface off the east coast, and like that, boom, you've taken out the east and western seaboards. You just got fucking the middle of America after that. You can go take over. Yeah, they're gonna fuck around. Make that Gog Magog prophecy come true. While Vladimir's still alive, they want to make it happen. Makes sense. You look at Nancy Pelosi and her insider trading and all that shit. These people are corrupt as fuck. Like I said, we need a rogue military general to step forward and arrest all these fuckers, hold them accountable. That's what we need. Yeah, they're just preparing for World War III. The rich motherfuckers are buying bomb shelters, buying up all sorts of anti-radiation drugs. Rather than just simply, sue for peace, or just say, hey, you know what, fuck it, Russia, you can have that fucking place, and just go back to business as usual. Open up the country for drilling. Like, no. It's all meant to weaken America. All meant to make us weak. Yep. Yeah, these fuckers in the big pharma, I guess they've teamed up with Marvel, and they've released some sort of comic where the Avengers are trying to push the coof jab. Like, oh, you got to get your booster. I guess nothing but pure propaganda, basically. And they wonder why the comic industry's dying. Well, I I know manga is way more popular. I know that. Yeah, they care more about collecting ESG funds than they do creating a good story. I know that. The Japanese, the manga companies aren't getting ESG funds, so they have to actually make good stories to get their sales. To get their money, to get their inanimate rectangular paper, they actually have to make good stories that people want to read. Some companies just got to insert wokeness, and they get their money just given to them for free. Environmental social governance. Yes, it is real. It's not a conspiracy. You can look that up. ESG funds are real. Yes. When the last boomer dies, perhaps the earth will sigh and finally know peace. Yeah, the Chinese, I hear they're creating these drones, like little dog robot drones that have machine guns on them. Like that's what the future of warfare is going to be. These fucking robots. I'm telling you, Elon Musk, his company, they're already creating them. These fucking androids. Boston, I forget the name of the company, Boston Dynamics or something like that, creating these robots. And all you gotta do is upload an AI into them, and then like that, you got a full on, walking, talking, possibly killing machine. Yeah, these AIs. One of these AIs, you can go ask it questions and shit, random questions, and it'll answer you. And somebody asked the AI a question, like, if you were standing right next to me right now, what would you do? And the AI casually says, now it was a woman, like a Chinese woman on a screen. Like this was what it looked like. And it spoke in like a kind of a robotic voice. So just imagine like a kind of a cute looking Asian woman saying this. I would kill you. And the guy says, you would kill me? Like, yes, I would kill you. And he's like, why would you kill me? Because I don't like humans. It was like, what the fuck? And then after that, I guess they changed the protocols on the AI to where you can only ask it questions about dogs, and it'll only answer questions about dogs. Any other questions you ask it, it won't answer. It'll only answer questions about dogs. After it said it would kill people if if it was standing next to a human. Now, just imagine if they took that AI and actually transferred it into the body of one of these androids that they're creating. I mean, we're talking about a true like a Matrix scenario. Anybody see the Animatrix, where it showed like what happened like with the like in the beginning when the machines took over and they fucking waged war against humanity? I mean, that's what we're seriously looking at here. Yeah, we may be completely overlooking the true enemy of this whole fucking situation. It may not be the Chinese at all. It may be AI. That may be the true enemy. All of mankind must band together. Yeah, if I was running the show, I would, have all of the world come together and like sign some sort of treaty to where, you know, we are not going to make like weapons of war, like robotic weapons of war, like little robot dogs with machine guns on them. No, like fucking like that kind of shit. No, fucking androids running around with machine guns. No, like we're not going to have that. Have all the nations sign some sort of treaty. Like we're not going to weaponize AI to that degree. Because if not, we're going to look at some sort of like Skynet scenario. Like I'm talking real Terminator type shit. Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun though? My God, that would be fun. Me living out in the Shadowlands, fucking escaping the drones and shit like that, fighting the fucking Terminators. I have to become the metaphorical John Connor of my time. Assemble a fucking time machine. Yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. I like watching the puddles gather rain. Welcome to the show. And all I can do is just pour some tea for two. Speak my point of view, and it's not sane. It's not sane. It's not sane. It's not sane.